Hi everyone, Michael from Teams by Design. We've just recently launched our after-hour phone service. What that means for you is we can now answer your phone calls from 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and all day Saturday and Sunday. We can help you with inquiries such as property inquiry, leasing inquiry, maintenance support, and new business inquiries. So please make sure you head to teamsbydesign.com, leave your information, we'll arrange a Zoom and catch up and show you how we can help you through this.
Hi, it's Deniz, Yusuf here, and I'm with Michael Sanz, and we are Inspired Growth Training. Michael, YouTube.
You know, Deniz, this has been a topic that we touch on a lot, and we push it a lot to many people, and yet only a small percentage of people really take it up.
Yeah, and what's interesting is we're obviously always training on doing video, and people just think that we're talking about doing video for social media.
Yeah.
But the biggest factor around doing video is YouTube.
Yeah, and like YouTube's always ever changing too. I mean, we know Google own YouTube. Mm-hmm. So when you're typing a search into Google, there's a high chance that if you've got good content, it's going to come up. But YouTube itself is also a search engine. So when you type in questions in there, it's a good chance your video is going to come up. You know, if you've got the right tags, the right headings and everything there, it is a really powerful site. And a lot of people don't realize it forms part of that trust relationship that people are trying to form with you.
Yeah, and we're going to bring up all of those points that you've just touched on today. I mean, we'll cover 13 reasons why you should have a YouTube channel.
You can't call something 13 Reasons Why. There's that show on Netflix that's called 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, there is too. I haven't actually seen that.
And it's very, very dark and depressing. So we're going to call this 14 Reasons Why.
We're going to add one.
And we'll add one.
Yeah, so I mean, look, YouTube is just another form of social media. Let's look at it like you've got your Facebook is all about video, photos, posts. Instagram is pure photo. YouTube is all video.
Well, Instagram's video.
It's both.
Story.
No, it's both. But YouTube is all video, right? It's video.
Yeah, you're not putting still photos up on YouTube. Again, the idea with YouTube is to have short to medium form entertainment where people go into YouTube holes.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the problem that people face. You might put up one good piece of content and they finish watching that one good piece of content. And then there might be other relevant content and it could be one of your competitors. But if you haven't given your subscribers something to buy into, then, you know, you go down a YouTube hole. I always go down YouTube holes. If you look at my search criteria or search categories, I've got like journey, you know, the musician's journey, and then it goes into Simon Cowell's best comments at America's Got Talent or whatever the show is. That
I fall into that hole.
But you know, I guess I don't think we so much touch it as we're going to go through. But I'm gonna give the 14th reason.
Okay.
No, you know what? No. I'll give the 14th reason.
We'll wait
at the end. Yeah.
So look, life is all about video. Life is going to video. You know, 4 billion videos are watched every single day. That speaks volumes about the importance of video. You know, everything is going video. I mean, we've been training on going video for such a long time, but video is where you have to go. You want to get in front of people, then video actually gets you in front of more than one person at a time. So, you know, getting in front of as many people as you possibly can. You know, the great thing about video, you can say one script and 50 people can watch it at the same time. 100 people can watch it at the same time.
Yeah, it automates everything.
Yeah.
It automates. It makes things a lot easier. I mean, I was having a chat with a client this morning in another country, and it's still, you keep getting those aha moments. It's like, well, what are the most common questions that are coming in? You do one video recording.
And then it can go out to every single person each time.
Yeah, it's not. We're not saying that it's going to remove that human transaction, that human conversation, that human connection at all. We're just saying that people want the value immediately when they're after something. If they have a question, they want that answer now.
Yeah, and we'll give some really good examples at the end of this on videos that you can do as a real estate agent and how you can automate a lot of processes through video. You know, so the second thing that's really cool about YouTube, it's actually the second largest website in the world.
It is. It is, and we would showcase this at many of our trainings where it was Google, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yep.
And in Innocent Us, there was There was number 9 was normally around Pornhub, and I haven't checked what the rankings are.
They would be out now, actually, wouldn't they?
So after COVID, I look forward. I'll share the rankings of the websites with you once I pull that up.
Yeah. So it's interesting. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Obviously, Google's the first. YouTube is the second. The third is Facebook. However, YouTube is the third most visited website. Now, we train about, having that strong online presence through Google, through YouTube, and through Facebook. 3 key areas, and they are the top 3 that you need to have that online presence. There's always these other websites and avenues and things that are coming up, but YouTube is the second. So why aren't you on YouTube? You've got to get involved and be on YouTube. Now, the third thing that this does for you is YouTube gives you that opportunity of having a powerful brand. Visually, people get to see you, and your tonality, the visuals and your tonality, when you're doing an educational video or you're speaking from an experience, they catch the tone, they catch that visual trust as well. So it actually is it's a lot more teachable. It's easier for them to understand what you're saying versus a person reading an article, Michael. How many times have you read an article or an email, but you base that emotion and feeling on how you're feeling?
Well, that's right. I don't do too much reading. I do more listening.
Yeah.
Just while we've been chatting about this, I've actually gone on and had a look at some recent stats. So again, Google gets 92.5 billion monthly visitors.
Cool.
YouTube gets 34.6 billion. That's the next, and then Facebook 25.5 billion.
Wow.
The third after that is Twitter, right? And that's 6.6 billion. So when you think about Google and YouTube, and I know you're probably going to touch on this, but Google and YouTube, be on YouTube because it's searchable and Google uses that. So not only do you have the 34.5 billion people a month actively looking on YouTube, you've got the power of the 92 billion people that Google is also pushing to. Now, Deniz, if you put up a property video about 1 Smith Street in Smithville,
yep.
You're not going to get 92.5 billion people that are going to watch that. So, but the idea is to try and get as much of the eyeballs on your video as possible. And I know you're going to go through this now.
It's actually the next tip. So, it's about that search engine, right? It's about getting a higher search. So, you're talking about 1 Smith Street. If you're doing like a property video, obviously, when that's on YouTube and it's on Google as well, and then you've got that link to your website, the more people that are watching those videos, it actually gives you key search engine optimization, which is great. So the more people that watch the video, then YouTube recognizes that video back to your website, which is great. So one of the key things, and Michael's talking, was mentioning addresses. It's really important to you can geotag a video, right, in the actual address when you put it into YouTube. And tagging those videos is really important as well. For example, if you're doing an educational video and it might be on bonds, returning bonds or security deposits or something, you want to do how, the heading and the tagging have got to be really important here. So I used to tag another real estate trainer when I first started training. I used to tag Darren Hunter because a lot more people were searching for Darren Hunter on Google than they were me. So I started...
So you're suggesting that if people do video content, that they should tag Deniz Yusuf?
Well, for a real estate agent, not really, because if someone's doing a search for me, why would they want to find a real estate office, right? So you want to look in your area. So if I was an agency in the same area as you and you were a lot more prominent than me, then I would tag your agency in my video.
If anyone wants to tag me in their videos, totally fine, because if someone's going to be typing up my name, then it's going to come up in more places.
It is. It will help our website, right?
It'll help us. So if anyone wants to do that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. So make sure that your YouTube channel is also the same as your business name. And then again, it's got to be the same, your address. Make sure the address is the same on your website. your social media, so Facebook as well, because that also helps that search engine optimization when someone's doing a search for you.
What do you do though, Dennis, when you have a common name and the name's already taken?
Oh, well, you need firstly to do your homework before you set your business, right? You do have to be careful. You still can try and do that search, but YouTube will let you know if you can do it or not.
But there's a lot of people out there listening and watching to this saying, hang on, I've been in operation now for 5, 10, 4, 5, so I can't change that. You know, when I got my business, the URL was available, the business name was available, and here I am now trying to get a YouTube channel, and the business name is taken.
Well, what would you do, Michael?
Oh, well, you're on a roll, Dennis, here. I mean, you know, so there are a couple of things. I guess, as an example, like, you know, Teams by Design, we have that YouTube channel, but on Facebook, which I didn't check, someone else had that. So now I'm Teams by Design TBD.
Yeah.
You're building a brand, you're building a channel, okay? So it's just, you can have a bit of a creativity to it. It might be that it's IGT right? Or if it's Smith and Sons Real Estate, Smith and Son TV.
Yeah. So you're still having that similar name attributed to it, or a hyphen or something.
Yeah. So like, if you can't get your name, don't like with Smith and Son, don't change it to Bob and Shirley.
No. Completely different. And another good thing about that, what actually helps with your search engine optimization and video is shared a lot more than what articles are. Because so many more people, like I said earlier, is, you know, they want to watch a video versus actually reading an article, you know. It's so much easier to do it. Now, the next tip is actually embedding your videos into other people's websites. You know, that's really important to do as well. So a lot of people, they may, you know, what you need to do is once you've uploaded those videos into YouTube, YouTube will give you a link that you can then share. Okay, so that link is really important to then put into the back end of your website. So all of your frequently asked questions, as an example, that needs to be done. If you've got multiple websites, if you're a property management only business, you may have a, you know, a website, or even if you're both. So if you're a real estate office, you've got a website, but you may have another website set up that, that targets investors, like how much rent could I get for my home in your area. So you want to put your videos embedded into other websites, because then Google and YouTube look at that as you being a dominant person in your marketplace. So it helps embed it up. Which brings you to the next tip of how to get more videos of yours that you're creating on your YouTube channel onto other people's websites. Well, use your strategic alliances. Interview them, right? You know, as BDMs in real estate, we are meant to be networking with strategic alliances. And if you want to be recognized as a market leader in your area, do videos with your accountants, your conveyancers, or your lawyers, or the settlement agents or mortgage brokers. You know, interview them, tag their businesses into those, into the videos, and then, so if you're a mortgage broker, Michael, I'll actually send you the link and say, hey, put this on your frequently asked questions and send this out to your clients. So Michael's going to be happy because we're promoting him. And then Michael's then obviously pushing us out as his preferred property manager of choice.
Yeah, you're just helping give other people content. Right?
Build the content.
Yeah, but it's shared, and Google sees that as something really, really strong.
Yeah, so make sure you tag their businesses in it as well, and, you know, get those links out to as many people as you can. So 3 keys that can help create a higher engagement for your videos as well. Adding music. So simple. Having music in it.
Have you got to get the license for the music?
Well, that's where you've got to use royalty-free music. And YouTube does give you...
It does. It gives you a lot of options.
Yeah, a lot of options to use. So you can use the music that they give you, which is really cool. So music is really good. Now, you can actually, you know, obviously putting captions on videos as well is really important as well. And text, so putting the text on it. So tip 1 could be, and then what you're saying, or tip 1 of 5, or whatever the case is. What that does is, by doing stuff like that, it keeps people more engaged. You're tapping into all of those senses. One day, Michael, we might actually see smell coming through videos. Who knows, right? Out of the devices that are coming these days.
That'd be good.
Who would have thought there'd be, 20 years ago, driverless vehicles?
Well, I mean, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk had the vision, right? Yeah, he had the vision of it. Yeah. Simpsons, yeah. Mr. Groening's got a lot to answer to. He's certainly been a fortune teller in so many avenues, hasn't he? Yeah. So look, some really fun facts is 65% of people are visual learners. So I think that's really cool that 65% of the population of people are visual learners. So there's a big stat for you and a reason for you to want to get into real estate as well.
Yeah. Hi everyone, Michael from Teams by Design. We've just recently launched our after-hour phone service. What that means for you is we can now answer your phone calls from 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and all day Saturday and Sunday. We can help you with inquiries such as property inquiry, leasing inquiries, maintenance support, and new business inquiries. So please make sure you head to teamsbydesign.com, leave your information, we'll arrange a Zoom and catch up and show you how we can help you through this.
So the second fun fact is 30% of people are actually oral learners. So 65% is that visual learning, and then the second, and then 30% is oral learners. Michael, what's the third?
Well, Deniz has this word. Deniz has this word called kinesthetic, and he can't pronounce it. So 5% are kinesthetic.
So that type of learner is somebody that learns while doing action. So you can learn how to play soccer by playing soccer versus reading about it or watching someone. So that's what a...
So what you're saying is to everyone in this podcast today, so for those of you who weren't watching this and you're listening to it in the car, Deniz actually ran away because he couldn't pronounce the word, and he ran away laughing, and he's laughing now.
Kinesthetic. There you go, I said it.
So if you're listening to this, I want you to do a video and drop it into the group of how to pronounce the word properly. And let's help Deniz. We know he can't spell, but kinesthetic.
Hey, kinesthetic. I normally have a lot of disclosures about presentations I do. I'm sorry, it's Deniz spelling. But anyway, while we're talking about the group that Michael's referring to is our Inspired Growth Training group. Simply go to Inspired Growth Training, our Facebook page, like the page, make sure you're following it, and then click Join Visit Group and answer those questions so you can get in.
And he's crying, by the way. He's got tears coming out of his eyes. So let's moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So they're the fun facts about it. So basically, it's just more evidence backing up what we're talking about in doing video and using video for your business. So the next stat is, content never dies. It never dies. It can date if you're talking about a legislation change or a new one had come in, but it never dies, and you can repurpose your videos. Like Michael, we often talk about when we're doing videos and podcasts, hey, we've done another video, go into our members portal or go to another podcast that we've done. So that's what you've got to do as well. It's quite simple to do. Refer them back to ensure that you're showing the people that are listening or watching that you are the expert.
Correct. Well, I mean, that's why they're following you, because they're learning something from you, they're gaining from you, but also you're making it easier for people to do business with you and to trust you.
Yeah, so I mean, you can break up the videos as well. For example, this video it's a 14-part series. It's a 14-part points. We could actually break it up into each point that we're discussing. You could then share that to social media, LinkedIn.
Yeah, you could run one point per story. Also, YouTube, we've got YouTube Shorts. So depending on how you record your content, if it's a vertical portrait, then you've loaded to YouTube and then you put hashtag shorts in the tag there, and then it'll automatically turn it into that.
Yeah, and another really cool thing is obviously these are blogs, so written blogs. Where here we are pushing about doing video and utilizing YouTube. There's still a lot of people that like to read blogs, and blogs as articles as part of your website, they also help your search engine optimization with Google because of the keywords that can be written in a blog if someone's doing a search for it.
Yep, correct.
Educational memes. You know, we could do an educational meme, 14 reasons why to have a YouTube channel,
Yeah, so there's great value in repurposing. Like we say, you do a video, you rip the audio, you transcribe it, you use that transcription to have a blog and article post written. You then cut it up into numerous different clip grabs to run on social media. Know that Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, they've all got different time limits on the posts. And then you start cutting it up and putting it into your articles and what you're sending out to people.
Well, your pre-listing email is a perfect example as well. If you've done an email, if you've done a video on 10 ways to prepare your home for rent, and you've got 10 videos or 11 videos on it, whatever, that put that hyperlink as part of your pre-listing email prior to you going to the presentation as well.
Correct.
So just another way of using it. And while you're showcasing video for your marketing, your potential landlords will see that you have a library of different educational videos. So the next tip, video helps you reach a wider audience of people.
It does. How many more?
Oh, well, I mean, how many millions did you say are on YouTube every day? Potentially you could reach millions, It could even be a blooper video that on YouTube that goes crazy for you that's got nothing to do with real estate,
Yeah, I mean, Deniz likes putting up bloopers on there, gets wide reach. I mean, you want reach that gets to your audience, that gets to the people that matter. We were talking with someone the other day and they were just happy making content. Like, they just want to do content. They didn't care if the viewers were on the other side of the world. Yep. They were just happy getting content. And that's okay. But I kind of think part of that reach needs to be in the market that you're looking to pick up new business or maintain new business in.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of things that I'll add to it because you're getting a wider reach. What video does for you is you can have closed captions in another country. If your business is in an area with a different culture, obviously overseas, there's some areas around your country that may have a lot of Turkish people in your area. So you want to have Turkish, transcribing written on there. And look, people are looking for content all the time. It could be an accountant that sees one of your videos that has clients in your area, and that person could be in another country as well.
Yep.
So video is going to help you get a higher reach, and you should be sharing the videos to the your LinkedIn post as well. Okay, now this is an area that people often forget about, Michael. Is the next tip is actually having a call to action.
A lot of people don't know what a call to action is, though, Deniz. A call to action is when you get someone to actually engage with you and, either sign up to your services,
yep.
Press accept, press go, click here.
Yep.
You're asking someone to do something and they participate in that action.
Yeah, if you want a free download, go to, you could send them to your website, and that's where you want to capture their data. So go to our website, simply click on, answer the questions, and we'll give you a free download.
Yeah. Now, one of the tips when you are trying to add call to actions to your YouTube, because you can add links, you can add buttons, you can refer them onto another video, work out when you put the videos up for the first time when typically the drop-off rate is, right? So if your video is 5 minutes long, look at the analytics and see when most people are dropping off. Basically, that means that they've kind of lost interest at that point. So just before this is when you kind of want to throw a call to action in to kind of keep them moving on to another relevant video or something else that you're doing.
Yeah, it's like at the beginning of this video, we actually told everyone we're going to give you some ideas and give you some content that you could actually do videos for in your real estate office.
Did we? I thought we said we were going to offer them a 14th.
We did say we're going to offer them a 14th tip as well.
Yeah, because he was saying 13 reasons why. But we've got ideas all on the website and in the members portal.
Loads.
And the hand guides that we've got.
Yep. Yep, plenty. We've
There
actually
are-
got A4 pages and pages of information.
There are plenty of ideas for video content.
Free knowledge library that we've got on our website there as well. See that? Call to action, sent you to our website. And do you know what? If you go to bdmcoach.com, you will see so many free downloads that we have right there for people, including 28 strategies to grow your business. Now, let's move on to the next tip. The next tip is what YouTube has done for you now. It can reach everyone anywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's mobile friendly. You know, it's not just about a laptop or a computer these days. You know, YouTube is so easy. Even if you open YouTube, a link, it offers to open it up on the app. You know, if you've got the app, it's so much easier to watch the videos. It's clear and it's a lot user friendly as well.
Most people have the app. The
They
YouTube
do.
app.
Yep.
Like most people have it, and if you've got an iPhone, I think it's loaded on the iPhone. If you have an Android, I'm sorry,
we don't know.
but
We don't care.
yeah, I'm sure you can get it on an Android. I'm sure you can.
I don't know if they're up to date on technology on the Android yet, Michael. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but that's a whole other session.
It is. We could do a whole session on why to have our iPhone for real estate versus Android. So look, it's it's mobile friendly, which is really important, and a high percentage of people are using their mobile devices versus a laptop or a computer these days.
Yeah, I mean, majority of all searches start from a mobile device. You know, it used to be desktop device, and now it's the mobile device.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the next tip for you, and this one really catches my attention, Michael, because 30% of searches start with how to. 30% of searches on YouTube, which is the second largest web search engine in the world, start with how to. So what can you do as a real estate agent or a BDM that is trying to get people to your page and get your search engine optimization going up? What are landlords thinking of? What questions are they asking? How to kick my tenant out? How to get my bond? How to apply for a property? How to choose a good property manager? How to prepare my house for rent?
Yeah, I think too, like we were seeing the other day, if you type in like property management, your suburb or something like that in the Google search engine, and then scroll down the very bottom of the page, it's going to give you some alternative keyword searches that might be relevant. Use those in the Google keyword search.
That's a good tip.
Right? And then find out the keywords that matter when you are using YouTube. The other thing is too, you've got answerthepublic.com and you've got Answer Socrates, I think it is, where you can go and you can type in a subject and then it'll tell you what are the most searched terms on the internet for those particular search words.
That's great. So if you've got a whole library of videos on questions that answers to people's questions, and we're talking about tenants as well. What this does, it removes a lot of non-income producing calls to your office. So Michael, you guys were the expert in this with Niche Property, and you had a lot of videos, a lot of video libraries on, for example, if it's raining or whatever it was, you could send those videos out, so that stopped tenants calling you during flooded rains.
Yeah, we just automated the process. Like we worked out how all the calls that were coming through, what were the questions, and then we created video content around that. I mean, we were coaching someone today and we were saying, create video content around all those commonly asked questions that come through, because someone rings the office, send them out the link to the video.
Yep.
And how to troubleshoot, how to work out if the hot water service is broken, like what to do. And then you know the right person to send out, and you might be able to help. They might be able to solve the problem themselves.
Yeah, and if you've got a potential landlord that's seeing that your office is being proactive like this, and then you've got videos that are answering their concerns, that then it takes away non-income producing calls and creates a higher percentage of income calls, income producing calls that are coming in.
Yeah. Speaking of income, you don't need it with YouTube.
Oh, that goes to the next tip. Nice segue, Michael.
Is that number 13?
Yes, it is. It is number 13.
Number 13.
So there's no budget required. So what you're saying, Michael, is you can set up a YouTube channel for free.
You can have your own YouTube TV station.
Wow.
And it doesn't, I mean, yeah, you can go spend money on like equipment and tech and that, but you could do all this for free.
So it's. I mean, look, your mobile phone is good enough. Your iPhone is good enough to do video. We're actually recording this video on an iPhone. You know, no budget required. It's a device that we've already got.
Yeah, we just hope the microphone's working that we've got plugged in.
Yes, that's true. Did we check it? We will know. If you can't hear us and it's all dubbing across here, then you know.
Yeah. So no budget, but it brings us on to the 14th reason, right? And why do we do video? We see a lot of bad video there, but I'd rather see any type of video than no video at all. When we watch TV, I mean, you watch Home and Away, Inspector Morse, I watch $1 Million Agent, $1 Million Listing, sometimes Married at First Sight. No, it's a joke.
Just so you know, if you're listening, I am smiling very big here because I don't. Game of Thrones, Dexter, that's up my alley.
Well, yeah, now that he met us, he watches more high-profile shows. But, okay, Game of Thrones, for example, you're watching that, you learn to love the character. $1 Million Listing, right? You've got the guys in New York, the guys in California, the characters there. You build a relationship with them. You learn to what you like about them, that you hate about them. It draws emotions, right? And you're engaged to want to watch more.
Well, you feel like you get to know them. As if you saw them in the street, you'd feel like you know them, and you'd probably start talking to them as if they were a friend.
Yeah, you're becoming familiar. So the idea of having a YouTube channel is where you are the character of a story, and you very much are telling a story, right? And you're trying to build that character to be relatable to the people that are watching, right? It can't be one-sided. It's got to be engaging, relatable, and a lot of the content you create should follow the story premise of beginning, middle, and ending. I mean, we've done some sessions on stories. So I mean, go to if you're a member, make sure you have a look on there in our social media, and we've done story presentations. And we also have some short story sessions in our coaching platforms.
Yep.
But become the character that people relate to, right? So yes, when you're walking up the street, people know you before they even have met you. And that's the idea when people go to do business with you. They go into Google, they type in property manager near me or property management company. Google are going to push to them the people that are most prominent and dominant in the search. And then they're going to have a look at your social media and your YouTube channel and your website, so that when they do call you, they've already seen everything that you're doing.
Yeah, they've already caught your vibe. They've already feel like they've become relatable to you because of your video content. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter if someone refers business to you. People are going to Google, they're going to Facebook, they're going to YouTube, they're looking, they're going to your website, and they're seeing if they feel like you are a market expert, themselves. That people are doing more homework before they just pick up the phone.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for them to do business with you, so don't make it hard. Now, as a 15th reason...
Oh, we're throwing another one. I might even have a 16th that we haven't said yet. We're giving some extra value here.
So as a 15th, YouTube actually automatically listens to the content of the video, right? So it's also helping you because it knows the keywords that you're saying, you're verbalizing. Even if you haven't got transcription there, which we suggest that you do have it, the captions, it's already listening to you. So make sure when you are talking and you're telling a story that you actually have some keywords that are going to register well on Google.
So what you're saying, you should say words like best BDM coach, best property management trainers in our videos, Michael.
Correct. And you can find this video on our YouTube channel.
That's right. Okay, I'm going to throw in another tip. So this is number 16. Another tip is, everyone, raw is real. Don't think you've got to have a polished video. Don't think you've got to have all these flashy lights. Raw is real. You can be unshaven. It doesn't matter what color shirt you got in or what makeup or if your hair's done correctly. People aren't looking at what you're wearing. They are intent on what you have to say. Just like the expert tips we've given here and why you should have a YouTube channel for your video. People aren't thinking, God, Dennis is wearing a black shirt, or Dennis's hair is out of line. My hair is always out of line. I've always got eyebrows that need fixing or a shave, and it's not about that. It's about the content that we've got to say. That's a good tip.
Yeah, so that's perfect. So look, that's going to wrap up our podcast today on YouTube.
It is. So if anyone's got any further information or they'd like to reach out to us with regards to YouTube or any rent roll growth, coaching, training, consulting, or mentoring, simply go to bdmcoach.com, reach out to us, and we do hope that your new business is on fire. If it's not, give us a call.
Thanks for listening.